Tarisland seasons. I've been getting a lot of questions about seasons. How does Tarisland seasons work? What happens? Does stuff get reset? Speed? How do you season your food? All kind of stuff around seasons. But so I was like, yo, I might as well just cover it in a video explaining you guys how the seasons work in Tarisland, what get reset, what you keep, etc. So let's jump right into it. So Tarisland has a seasonal system. If you guys didn't know, what they are aiming to do is have around 3 seasons a year in a game, and currently we are in season 0. I think if you look at the battle pass, it should say season 0, which is Mystery of the Hollows, which is the early season. Now every year we're probably going to get season 0, 1, and 2, possibly a third season, because they said the season 0 early on they said it's only going to last for a month, but then they said they're going to extend it for 2 months. But mainly the seasons are going to last up to 3 to 4 months. That's their plan. But the first season, not so long. So what happens during a season? Do you lose all your stuff? Why do they have a seasonal system in the first place? Now, the answer to the seasonal system is that they want to have a seasonal system so it makes it easier for players to come back to the game. Get reintroduced to the game. People that don't play much, a quit along the way can get back to the game, and a great way for new players to just check out the game for the first time every single season. But usually when you do that, when you do have a seasonal system, it usually means that your stuff gets reset. Now it's not gonna exactly work like that. I would say it's more of an like expansion style big update while having seasons. So basically what will happen is every season your gear that you have you will keep. So let's say you get the best 110 gear from all the raids, you get all the best gems, all that good stuff, right? You'll keep all the stuff, so you guys really don't have to worry about, do I lose my gear? No, you don't lose your gear. You don't lose your appearance. Yeah, if you bought like mesmerized set for this set for like $3,000, dragon, you're not gonna lose it, so you guys can chill. Okay. The one thing that will start resetting is your crafting. So your crafting proficiency will go to 0 no matter what you have. Most likely your specialization coins will go to 0. I'm not quite sure on the special coins, but I would guess so, because they'll add new maps, new stuff to explore, so you have to like get these back. Your scrapstone energy, so everything, all these energy that you get, because these energy you can't buy, right, or get it to any other ways. The only way to get it is by playing the game. And this is probably the biggest factor between a guy that have played the game for a long time and hasn't played the game for a long time, right? So your energy will reset. Your emblems, most likely you will keep, but the energy will reset. And that is because everybody starts from 0 and they want everybody to grind up again, right? And what will happen is these things will reset, so you will have to start from scratch. Now your gear, when it comes to your gear, what will most likely happen, now some of this is speculation and some of this I've asked some questions around, but let's say you have 110 gear, right? So they're going to introduce new dungeons. They said every season we're going to have 4 new dungeons with 3 bosses each. So that's going to be a lot. So basically we're going to get the same thing we have now. So we're going to get 4 new, 1, 2, 3, 4 new dungeons every season. And then they will have the same thing as this: normal mode, elite mode, challenge mode that you guys can do and get new gear. And then they will introduce 3, let me see here. They can use 4 raids each season, which is actually a lot. And each raid will have 3 to 5 bosses per. So it's going to have like this: Battle of Ancash, Root of Corrosion, Monarch, and 1 more raid. And each of these will introduce 3 to 4, 5 bosses each. So there'll be probably 3 bosses on the first one, 4 bosses or 5 bosses on this one, and then 3 or 4 bosses on this one, and another tab with 3 or 4 bosses. It's going to be a lot of raid bosses that they're going to be introducing every single season. So it's going to be crazy amount of content to do. But what happens to your gear? So what most likely will happen is the best gear you get right now in the raid. So if you do the hardest raid at this season, season 0, you can get the 110 gear with set bonus. Most likely what's going to happen is the new season that starts, you can drop the base gear, the 110 gear or 120 gear without any stats in the first normal dungeons or elite dungeons. So basically, if you do the normal elite dungeons and the new season, basically what will happen is that your old gear might still be a little bit better than the base gear of the new season, but when the players start getting the little bit better gear, they will outgear you, right? So your gear will eventually start becoming useless every single season, but you'll have like a small advantage at the start of the season most likely, but eventually it will become useless, right? And that's basically how the speed season works. Basically like a big update, big expansions, new gear, all that stuff. The same goes for your gems, right? let's say you got a bunch of gems, they're probably going to introduce level 4 gems, right? Or a different tier of gems. They're going to be a level cap probably, right? So when you introduce a level cap, what basically happens is your attributes need more numbers to increase any kind of stats. So your old gems, all that stuff, will probably end up becoming useless. So there'll be new gems. You can still use the previous gems, but they're not going to last for too long over the course, right? And same with the empowerments, like they're gonna be new empowerments most likely, right? They're gonna be new emblems, maybe the new emblem levels, so the levels can go up to 15 or 20, or there's just generally new emblems. But that's basically what's gonna happen, right? So every season or every big update that happens, your stuff will start getting like, you can't even say like hard reset, but like soft reset, right? But it's basically every big updates. There's some things that will reset and some things that will stay. But not only are we going to be getting new raids and dungeon content, which is sick. Like they're introducing a lot every single season, which is crazy, right? But there's gonna be, of course, a new map. So what we do know from trailers is right now we have these 3 maps, right? We have seen in the trailers that it's a desert map. So it'd be another whole new map for desert, and it's probably gonna be like same thing, exploration, just like in this season where we have to explore and check it out. And there's a snow map that's coming. So we know there's 2 maps guaranteed. We don't know how big they are, or if both of them are coming at the same time, or if even there's another map. But most likely every season they're going to introduce a new map, maybe possibly 2 maps. So it's going to be exploration stuff to do, just like you did at the start of the game. It's going to probably be level gated, so you will probably go from level 40 to level 60, because we have seen dev accounts with level 60. So I'm sure that they have tested out the new content, right? So there will be a way to get to level 60 every season. That's basically how I think the seasons work. You will have the same thing that you have happened this season. So you have to grind up first. You have to level up to level 60, and then when you level up to level 60, you have to obtain all the gear. Basically the same thing you guys did now, right? And then the battle pass will reset. Of course, there'll be a new battle pass. So this battle pass will probably last for 2 months until the season's over. We do not know how long the season is. Okay, we don't know how long the season is. So when we know how long the season is, we'll know a little bit more. But the season 0 is supposed to be very short, right? So overall, I think I really, my opinion on the season system is I enjoy it. I think it will keep the game fresh. It will get a lot of people back to the game. They have a system too. If you enter in a new season, you start a new character, you get everything you need to catch up to people that have been playing for a while. I don't like that a lot, because I know a lot of people will be like, yo, I played this game for so long, and then people can just catch up. But I think it's going to be, they can catch up, not fully, but in a way to like end up being competitive if they actually start grinding, right? So it's going to have a catch up mechanic for new players. So guys, remember, when it comes to MMOs, it's all about the player base. The second you lose the player base, the game is dead, right? So I think this is their way of like always introducing players back into the game, and always getting fresh content out. I think the content, having so much content, if they keep their promise, because they already said they're going to add all of these raids, if they keep the promise on their content, I think this game could do good. You won't feel as attached to the character, unfortunately, like in most MMOs, because things, will not last that long, or your gear won't last that long, your outfits won't last that long, but it will keep things fresh. It will always get you coming constantly back to the game, right? So the season system good. Now we got to talk about the bad thing with the season system, because in more, like let's say Guild Wars 2 for example, right? In Guild Wars 2, you have a way where you can pay to get gold and to get the legendary gear, right? So you pay your way to get the gold, and you pay your way to get the best gear. The special gear is you can get for free, but it's very easy to get. It's not just as good, almost as good as legendary gear, but legendary gear you can actually pay gold for, right? But that only happens one time. Okay, in this game, in this style of progression, every 3 months you will, unfortunately, if you want to, you can keep whaling gems, right? So every season you'll have to whale new gems, you'll have to whale new empowerments, you have to whale new scrap stones if you want to get that extra advantage at the start of the game. You want to whale new tempers on your gear, so you get the better stats. So this is basically how they are planning to make their money, right? And then of course every season we'll get a new gacha fits, right? So this gacha fit will go. So it's going to be a new set of gacha gear that will probably cost $3,000 again, right? A new mount that will cost $5,000 again, right? So that's possibly the way we're going to see the monetization system going forward with this game, right? We're going to get You have to keep buying every single thing if you want to. If you're a whale and you want to stay on top of everything, like today, for example, is a good. I can explain you guys a little bit better how things work, right? So today is the day where we unlock level tier 2 gems, right? And the tier 2 gems are crazy expensive. I don't know if there's any tier 2 gems here. Yeah, see, it's crazy expensive, and the same thing will happen with the 3 gems, right? And then empowerments, all the stuff. So if you want to, you can just straight pay to win that, and you will have to do this every single season. But that is basically how the seasonal system works, guys. Don't worry, I know I memed about that you guys will probably lose all your gear, all your gems, all your outfits. It was a prank, okay? It's nothing like super crazy, but I would love to hear what you guys feel about the seasonal system. Do you think it's nice? Is this something you would enjoy? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys check out this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.